All right, welcome to part 2 of our Salatin-inspired mobile chicken coop. Today we're going to focus on getting these knee walls in and getting everything prepped to get this roof in. What we kind of decided was the egg collection is going to be on the inside as opposed to the outside, just to maintain a sleeker profile and to eliminate anything hanging out from the exterior. So what we're going to do is go with a 4-foot overall height. So what that means is I'm going to cover the roughly 6-inch gap on the aluminum. That way everything is protected from the exterior, so none of the sill is going to be exposed to the elements. How that's going to work or what that's going to look like is a 42-inch total height on this knee wall with an extra sill plate. So my studs need to be cut at 40.5 inches, allowing for that variance. What that allows me to do is get a 8-foot length of the PVC corrugate panel. We're going to continue to use that. It's gone really well for us over the years. I think that chickshaw coop is going on its 3rd or 4th year. I can't remember when I built that, but that's held up really well. So this will allow us to cut the panels in half and just attach from there. For the roof, we're going to do that at an angle. That height is going to be 6 foot, so I need to figure out some dimensions on that. But first today I need to get these knee walls in place. Flying solo, kids and Katie are out of town, so I'm going to get this knee wall around all 4 sides, figure out this door situation, and go from there. I hope you enjoyed today's build. Thanks for watching. All right, got the top and bottom sill plates done for the long walls. I think I'm gonna go every 2 feet for my studs. Should be plenty for a structure like this. You know, it's gonna have braces that are gonna hold it from the sides. And I think it's just gonna be plenty for what we need it. And the thing I have to remember too is this is a chicken coop, right? So it doesn't need to be perfect. Oftentimes I get hung up on perfect, right? Sometimes good is good enough. Especially with this dimensional lumber, nothing is gonna be perfect. So working with what you got and just making sure everything, by working with what you have, you know, as long as the chickens have shelter, gets them out of the elements and a place to lay eggs, they don't care what it looks like. Yes, I do. I want to have some pride and integrity in my work, but at the same time, it really doesn't matter if you're an 1/8 off or a 1/16 off. So, you know, I just have to keep myself in check in that regard, and it is what it is sometimes, you know. All right, I got the top and bottom sills laid out. Now I'm gonna cut my studs at 40.5. I'm gonna get those cut down on the miter saw, make things a ton easier for me rather than using a circular saw. All right, so rather than measure and mark all these boards, I just set up a jig, cuts down on the number of steps, and I can just continue to cut. I think I'm gonna need around 28 for the long walls, and then probably another 7 or 8, depending on how I do the door. So I'm just gonna leave this set up and start cutting. You really can't beat the weather today. It's August 1st. I think it was 60 degrees this morning. When I got home from work last night, it was a beautiful night. It's been super oppressive lately. I'm just glad I can get out and enjoy a little bit of sun today, get some work done. Couldn't ask for a better day. The only thing missing is my little helper. And I didn't really touch on it before, but I have to be careful how high I go with this structure, whereas a traditional Eggmobile is gonna be 8 feet high. The wheelbase on this trailer is very narrow, so there's a potential for this to tip, so I have to watch how high I go on this. This will allow for enough headroom to get in here and get the eggs, do what we need to do, but still keep the center of gravity low enough. All right, so that was about 15 minutes, give or take. Not too bad for one side. I'm gonna go ahead and get this attached to that 2x6 sill. I'm probably gonna throw a couple ledger screws in there to make sure everything's securely fastened. All right, there's one side down. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything fastened up. You saw me do one side, it's gonna be the same for the other. I'll check back in with you once I get the other side ready to go up. All right, so we got the other wall up and we got the back wall up. I repeated the exact same process. It went pretty smooth, to be honest with you. It was much like the first wall, 24-inch on centers, and I was able to tie it together much like you would if you're framing a house. I still have to put the top sill plate on. So I didn't get the front wall done. I'm out of material. Rather than build steps on the back, I'm gonna use this tongue as a kind of a stepping platform or a way to get up into the coop. So basically you'll step up here, come up, and then you're inside the coop. So I hope you liked today's video. Let me know in the comments what you thought, what your thoughts are on this build, what you would change, what you would like, what you took inspiration from. I love hearing your feedback. So thank you, and on the next one, we're gonna finish this wall up and then focus on the rafters, and then hopefully get some roofing panels on. After that, I got to put the nest box in, and we're pretty much golden at this point. So thanks for following along. Catch you on the next one.